Ooh, DJ J Red.
Yo, back with another episode of Bontroversial. Back tapped in with the guys.
Hey, it's Smitty again. What's going on?
It's that boy Dre. What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all doing today?
Yeah, man. So last episode we brought y'all some stuff about the NFL. We're gonna turn it over to the NBA today. We're gonna start off with these fans, man. Like stuff happened in the Garden, stuff that happened. What else that shit happened at? Was that Philly? Yeah, in Philly.
Yeah, it was Philly. It was Philly.
No,
and then you already know how that shit be in Utah and Boston, bro. Boston, Utah racist as shit from the jump. So that's a whole nother.
I'm surprised they didn't start this trend off this postseason because that's usually the two main suspects. But you got the dude in Philly throwing popcorn, like he deliberately waited until Russ came out. Not only did you throw popcorn at a player, you threw popcorn at an injured player, a guy that's like, because basically, obviously, Russ wasn't defenseless the way he was trying to get up there on his ass. But like somebody that's already hurt, bro. What type of man are you? Like, what type of respect you think you gaining by doing something like that? And then Trae Young, like letting that boy spit on him in New York, boy, I could never. When I would have got that ball, I would have turned my ass around right on the threw it right at his head. Like that shit was crazy.
He didn't know though.
He didn't know.
I saw him do something like this with his shoulder. So I think he didn't do that for the spit because obviously he didn't see it. But I think he missed him a little bit, so he didn't see it. But like that's still just disgusting.
Loki hit the lady that was on the court.
Yeah, on the court.
It was 50 girlfriend, 50 or the dude was whoever it was. 50 was sitting next to whoever she was. So like, because if you look at the video. Like she got most of the spit, you know what I'm saying? Because she looked like backwards and stuff like that. And then the video came out, then that's when everybody saw like the dude spit.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous shit.
This shit's crazy, man. So you got the nigga in Philly with the popcorn. That's just wild as fuck. Like he deliberately waited till Russ was right underneath the tunnel to drop the popcorn on him. You got the dude and fucking New York spin on Trae Young. So, like, you got Philly and New York, two crazy-ass motherfucking cities, two shit going on, you know what I'm saying, two crazy fan bases. Then you got the Utah Jazz and Ja Morant people and Dylan Brooks people, like, calling them half-breeds, saying derogatory things to Ja Morant's mom, talking about his dad and shit, like, you like, I put a battery in your back, boy, and make you dance, some wild-ass shit, like, it's really crazy, man. Like, Utah's been like that. Brandon Maxwell, if you go on his Twitter right now, I guarantee you it's like 20 tweets about Utah Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been hating the Jazz since the 90s and been, been talking about how racist the Jazz are and just how Utah is. So it's just crazy, man, because you flip back to 2004 with the Malice in the Palace when the players are actually in the stands, causing ruckus. So, like, you don't want that to happen again, but these fans are getting out of control and they're thinking that just because they bought a ticket or a season ticket holder, they got more rights than being a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of this would have happened if they was walking down the street and seeing these NBA players 6'8", 6'9", you know what I'm saying, towering old. None of this would have happened, bro.
Because you already know how that goes. If they see the niggas in person, they're going to try to get a picture with them and this, that, and the third. So you already know how that goes. But I'm starting to get at now, bro. Like, I want like banning from going to thing. That shit cool, bro. But these niggas starting to get a little bit too disrespectful for my liking, bro. Like somebody spit on you in the street, bro. I feel all of us was raised the same way. Where he got to go meet his maker at the end of the day, because nobody. That's the most disrespectful thing you can do. Then a pop.
Bro, yes. Let me say this, bro. I made a mistake of spitting on my cousin when I was like 9 years old, bro. That was the worst ass whooping I ever got in my life. Because my dad was like, you don't ever spit on nobody. Like, you spit on the ground. So you basically saying you spit on him, you spit on, like, lowered in the ground. That was the worst ass whooping I ever got my entire life, was spitting on my cousin. Like, it's just the ultimate disrespect.
Facts, bro. So I feel like these fans starting to get a little bit too disrespectful, bro. And I feel like I know it'd be a long shot, but these fans gotta start meeting these people, these players in person, bro. And cause they get too disrespectful, and y'all think y'all just stand in third because they make millions of dollars. Like, nah, bro, they're a normal person, like we normal people. And all the difference is between them, they play the game to get money, and y'all pay the ticket. Like, nah, bro, that shit disrespectful. And the same thing with Utah. Utah been racist from the jump. Like everybody already know that because if you was watching the Jordan documentary last year, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, people was already saying like they hated Utah because it was racist. And they always had something. They always had something to say. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they say hateful racist stuff. You know what I'm saying? They go over the board, bro. So I just feel like they need to kick them on. They need to start seeing these people face to face, bro. At the end of the day.
That's
man.
true.
You know, you got like at this point, it's like you got Tristan Thompson saying, "Look, like I wish a motherfucker would spit on me." Like he already, you know, players got to damn near set that precedent now. Like I'm not finna be held back. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why do a player got to go protect themselves from the fans when they here to play a sport, when they here professionally? Like, what if somebody came and spit on them when they was in their workplace? Like, you know what I'm saying? All type of charges will be pressed. I think some charges need to be pressed. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to start either locking them up or squaring them up, like one of the two, like shit, something. Cause like this shit ridiculous, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you don't even mess with people your size in the street that probably disrespect you. So now you're going at somebody that obviously is more powerful than you, somebody that you know that you probably can't whoop their ass on a regular day, which is why you doing all that when you got all this protection, all this leeway and room. I'm honestly glad, you know, the fans went and, you know, snitched on that nigga. Like, fuck that nigga. Like, he wasn't trying to catch the fade. He was trying to do that bullshit. So get his ass out of there, bro. And like Dre said, like the banning from the arena and shit, like that's cool, but nigga can go to any other arena. Like when you up there in the north like that, like Philly and New York, all that, so many NBA cities are so close to each other, you can go anywhere else, like, and be doing the same ignorant shit. So no, ban from all NBA events. Ban them from all events, period, that are happening in that venue. It's like that's uncalled for, bro. That shit just way uncalled for. No, league got to clean that up because all it takes it's gonna take one more example. You know, it look like it's gonna take one more example. You know,
one more Malice in the Palace for real, and then it's like, oh, now we got another all type of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Now you open another.
You got this in playoff basketball too. That's another thing. So not only are you not protecting the player go protect themselves. Then you're gonna have the player risking a suspension or some stupid shit because they got put in that situation when they shouldn't have. And like even to a further point, like why is it even a little opening on the top of that shit in Philly? Like for him to even dump that shit, like you know, under the like going through the tunnel and the player shit, like that shit just that's just little shit that they obviously can fix. But you know that shit just uncalled for, bro.
I just feel like it's like the little shit gonna lead to the big shit, bro. Cause like you said, it's gonna take one more time for somebody to do something, and they gonna do it to the wrong person, bro. They gonna do it to somebody that already probably was mad or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know how that shit be. When you already mad, somebody do something to you, that shit is gonna escalate all over.
That's basically what happened with the Malice in the Palace. Like they got the right run. Like you got a crazy ass nigga and Ron Artest already pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like probably a normal nigga probably been like, damn, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a nigga like going in the stands type shit. Like I can see Draymond going in the stands, but nigga throw some popcorn or soda on him shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see Russ going in the stands. So
yeah, but you saw
they gonna miss the right point, and then it'll be another.
Exactly.
Oh, now we got
Bobby Portis going in the stands. James Johnson going in the stands. Like they niggas not being held back.
Yeah, I was just about to say you're not holding Bobby Portis back. Then they're like 6'9", 260, and then he from like Mississippi.
You gonna get your ass whooped in the process trying to hold one of these niggas back. So honestly, I would let him go just for the point. Like like even if he don't get to him, make a motherfucker run for his life. You know, because like this shit just getting too ridiculous, bro. The NBA definitely just getting fans back. I guess COVID got people not knowing how to act, but a little more security needs to be put in place, especially in the playoffs. You know, we can't be having it. We're going to get into these series. Let me know we're going to start off in the East. Let's go ahead and get the series that's over out the way, Miami and the Bucks. Like, I had Miami. I saw Miami. One, I was asked out with that pick because Jesus Christ. Boy, I looked at the stats every game. I do not think Jimmy made, besides game 3 maybe, I don't think he made over 4 field goals in any game. Brian Forbes had more points this series than Jimmy fucking Butler. That shit is ridiculous, dog. But let me know what y'all think, bro.
Brian Forbes come off the bench, bro.
Brian Forbes only shoots threes.
I don't know. I mean, it's just that bubble, man. The bubble is a little different than actually, playing for the fans. it's different when you're playing in the empty gym. Them misses really don't, count as much. You don't have to miss and hear a crowd, you know what I'm saying,
They don't
chanting
mount up like that.
Right. And so Tyler Hero definitely had a sophomore slump. I think he'll be a decent player, but we just didn't have this
people
year.
were talking about him and D Book, like, wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesus Christ.
Also, Miami definitely laid the biggest biggest egg out there this series, and it just was a mismatch throughout other than game one. It basically was a mismatch throughout the whole series because they forced the overtime in game one. Jimmy had a different ISO and forced the overtime, but from then on it was Bucks all the way. So I mean that just it just was a wash and just didn't they just ain't mount up to it this year.
I agree. To go back on what you said, I'm sorry. After game one, I actually felt good because I was like, okay, Jimmy didn't play that well. He came along late. They barely escaped off a win, and Bam and Jimmy didn't play well. That just became a trend of the fucking series, and it just was it after that. But yeah, Jay, my bad. I'll let you get it.
Nah, you good. Let me see. On my pick, I have fucking my damn. I can't even talk. I had the motherfucking Heat beating them niggas, bro. But shit, I just feel like Jimmy a top dog, but he's not a number one option though, and it's a difference. Like it's like a difference. Like Jimmy a top dog, as in like Jimmy got hard because he came a long way. You know what I'm saying? So Jimmy got hard. He got this, that, and the third. But when it comes to bet, like he's not a number one option. So I don't think Jimmy number one option. I feel like we all agree on that. Bam got to get a 15-foot. I feel like he got to be just a little bit more aggressive scoring the ball. Because I feel like he a little bit more. He's too passive for me. And you got that big contract. You good on defense. But if you get a 15-footer, bro, I feel like then his game will go a lot. Like a long way. But Tyler Hero, sophomore slump. They had Eagle Dollar here to do nothing. Trevor Reed didn't do nothing. Jogic really ain't do nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like all Miami got to do is go back to the drawing board is get that shit together, bro. Because I feel like this, that if Kawhi in the rules, Kawhi up out of there, he'll go to Miami. That's just my personal thought. But I just
LA, bro.
Huh?
He's not leaving LA.
Man,
he don't fit it right. He don't fit in Miami's scheme of what the city of Miami is. Like he fucked off. He been trying to get back to LA. He not going back to no San Antonio. He not going back to no Toronto. The man just bought I don't know how much I think that was a $15 million house he bought in LA. He is not
okay. And I thought about that too. And my thing with that is, okay, then we in cruise control. Then we not worried about winning.
Yeah, and this is he's not already won.
So this is what I say though. Yeah, he won. So I think he won two Finals MVPs. Okay, so yeah,
two Finals MVP.
Yeah, he got 2 championships, right? 2, right?
Yeah, 2. He 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Okay. Or maybe 3 and 2.
Not 2 and 2. 1
3 and 2. 3 and 2. 3 and 2. It's 3 and 2.
I think he might have got 2 with San Antonio.
Because he lost to the Heat that year, and the next year they beat the Heat. So he got one in Toronto. So he got 2. He got 2. He 2 out of 3 in the championship.
Yeah, and I feel you he definitely a dude that him being in his own element is definitely something he's shown it to be important. That's why I think even though he right there, I could see him going up to the Bay, dog. Everything close. It's the same type of scenery. If they can make the cap space work,
close.
Closer than all the other destinations.
I mean, yeah, I was saying, but still, that if you get on the
3.5 hour drive, he want to get on that jet. Yeah, if he want to do it the cold way RIP, if he want to just take the jet all the time, then he could do that. But because he was living in San Diego last year and he was doing that shit. Yeah, and exactly. Like you can even tell, for him to be from LA and move to San Diego, he just want to be out.
I think he was waiting to build that house, though. That house is getting built. So
probably. Because ain't the house in Santa Monica, right? Or something like that, right?
Yeah, bro.
It's way out there. It's not in LA.
Yeah, LA kid, and all he do is be with his family. So I don't see him since he getting back. I see him resigning with the Clippers, and even if they don't make it to the finals and win, I just think he's He's the type of guy. He's already won. You know what I'm saying? He's won in multiple spots. He used to be an add-on to be with the Clippers and win, but I don't see him living in LA ever again. Now, Paul George, that's another topic for another day.
That's about it. But the thing is, Paul George ain't even playing bad this series.
That's what I was just about to say. So it's hard to get him out of there. Because think about it like this.
He's not playing bad.
Because think about it like and then you got to think about it like this. Like, okay, like Kawhi should have pushed for that more last year, but also Kawhi stunk it up in Game 7 too. So it's like, you know, obviously P has more of a track record of being stinking in the playoffs, but you know, this time he's showing up. I mean, he 1 for 1 really. Like he had this series in playing well. Last time they out, he didn't do shit for him. So it's like, you know, do you want to rock with him? If you don't want to rock with him no more, okay, whatever. But whoever you bring in, bro, you're going to have to build chemistry, bro. And you might not even get a fucking Paul George type of player. Like, who they just going to let Paul George and go and get, unless they're going to get a couple of guys, which that's not, you know, promised. Like, no, I think that's the best co-star out there for him right now, as far as one co-star. Now, if he could get around Miami or Golden State or somebody with a couple other pieces, cool. But everybody else, they got another star pretty locked in together, you know. So I just think, you know, that's the situation for them. But let's get into Philly and Washington. You know, they playing right now. You know, that series to me is just like a bad matchup. Like, because I don't really like Philly like that. But the matchup made for them. So, you know, they just won't be able to get.
I ain't really got much. It's other than the fan shit. It's really a sweep, man.
It's a sweep, bro. I feel like all of us agree on that. That shit is sweep. Like, only thing is Bill playing decent, you know what I'm saying? But the Washington really don't have no team for real.
Yeah, Bill need a 60 ball for them to get one game.
Yeah, you feel me? So I just feel like that's a sweep. Anything, if they do pull a game off, it's gonna be at a buzzer beater. If they pull a game off.
Yeah, now you gotta hobble Russ, so you really got a disadvantage at this point. You're relying on Rui to step up and, you know, some of them young guys. And now, yeah, I just think that'll be a sweep. You know, they did make the playoffs though. When it didn't look like they was gonna make the playoffs, like you were saying earlier, so they made a nice run, but you know, it's just gonna end here for them, man. You know, I don't know. I think Russ and Bill will stay together, but I don't know how long that's gonna last, and you know, who will be the first one over there. I know Bill love Washington, but damn, bro, like time got to be the time. You feel me? What's that other series going on in the East?
Brooklyn, Boston.
Yeah, let's get to that one. We say best for last. So we get to
two more. You got the Hawks.
Yeah, I said we're gonna say the best for last. That's the best series.
Oh, I thought you said that.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
But Brooklyn right now, you know, they just came out that last game. Tatum had 50. They just wasn't. That was a nasty 50 he had. They was getting the switch a lot every time. I'm telling you, bro. And that's another thing. Like I need to see from Steve Nash. Like, bro, you gotta have these boys fighting over the screen. You gotta have your defense set to where you're not giving him every time they switch. Kyrie Irving on Jason Tatum. Okay, that's cool, bro. Like he gonna work him, bro. He gonna get his back to the basket. He gonna get any look he want to. And then he got hot, and then he started getting on KD ass. Like he started, you know, getting downhill. He started making pull-ups and stuff like that. And you know, Harden had a great game. You know, but I feel like Kyrie just didn't step up. I don't know if his mind was there. I could only imagine what the fans are saying to him. See that, and I feel like that's where he fucked up with saying that before that game. He already showed his hand. He already let them know that he was feeling the type of way. Of course, we know how it is in Boston. Like, but you gotta not be. You can't be into that right now. You know, especially because they want to get at you. So, you know, as soon as he touched the ball, every time he touched that motherfucking boy, they was blowing the shit out of him. So, you know, maybe they got to him a little bit. I expect them to try to get him more involved in this next game so they could, you know, potentially tie the knot in Game 5 in Brooklyn, you know, because Robert Williams will be out. Kemba's questionable right now. And even if they weren't, you know, this is a game Brooklyn should be able to win. So I just feel like this series will be a gentleman's sweep. I said it'd be in 5. I didn't think it'd be in 5 out of the first 2 games, but Tatum was able to put that 50 ball together, and you know I think that's what got them to one game they'll end up getting for this series.
Definitely, bro. I feel the same. I feel like Kyrie shows his hand, like you said. He already said what he had to say. So he need to go on that bitch and start saging and shit, do whatever he got to do, get himself He himself involved. Smitty laughing. He got on that bitch stage. Do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? Then it's a gentleman sweep, bro. Because you already know what that bitch say. Every time he touch the ball, he boo. So look, all I need my dog to do is go sage, get all them bad spirits, whatever he believe in, whatever he got going on. Go sage, get your hand right, and then just go play ball, and then you good.
For real though, because like Kyrie not even one of them people, bro. You know, a lot of niggas that talk shit and like be on the internet, like KD and Kyrie. But like we said this before, bro, they weird, but like they never fix their game. But
yeah, that's what I
like
said.
Like said, that motherfucker must have not saged, boy. Cause
he must not
saved. Demons was on his ass.
Nah.
They came in there, they wiped that shit through, boy.
They let him stage in Boston, bro. They made it like hell.
Probably would die, yeah, probably.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But he gotta go. He gotta sage. He a gentleman sweep, bro.
Both them hoes going. He needs both.
Yeah, both of them going. But
this shit Boston, bro. You need all you can.
You need both of them going.
He needs some holy water in Boston, boy. He out of there, man.
They probably call him all type of thing. Every time he got the ball, he ate boo.
Nah, but he never heard that shit though.
Man, that shit cap, bro.
Danny Ainge, bro.
If we know, bro, we know.
See that, but that leads to what Marcus Smart said, bro. Like Danny Ainge say some shit like that. Marcus Smart even said like it's up playing for a city. Like they look at you like a fucking slave. Like, oh, okay, you doing the work you need to do, but when you're not doing that, they ridiculing you. They calling you all these names and shit. And all this shit. I'm sure you never heard of Danny Ainge, boy. You fucking
white.
You pale, boy. You pale, boy. God damn it, you pale. Shit, dog. But even all the black players he played with, like, come on, dog. He going back to Bill Russell. Like, Bill Russell was in there, bro, 11 championships. They was still on his ass. Like, what more do you want from a nigga? Like, literally, like, come on, bro. Like, that shit is just ridiculous. So, I know it's probably tough playing in Boston, but I'm sure it's tougher for them to play there, being black and just having to deal with that shit. Like, oh, you love me when we up, but when we down, you really showing your true hand. You know what I'm saying? So, that's some bullshit right there. But
racist as fuck, man. 50 in the playoff game, that's tough to give up.
He heavy. He had 40 and 3.
Hey, no cap. My bad, Smitty.
Go ahead.
But Jason Tatum a dog. Hey, he's a dog. Hey, he 50 ball, bro. Because if he didn't have that 50, he would have lost for sure. So he need every point at 50. He a dog.
Yeah,
I agree.
50.
I think for sure, but I agree. I think it's more on Brooklyn and their defensive scheme. Like B was saying, you can't give up 50 in a playoff game, bro. Like that just can't happen. Like,
what else worried me about Brooklyn is you let Tristan Thompson get off a little bit last night. That's not good.
They don't really have.
They don't, yeah. But you gotta tighten up. That you got Drummond. That looks like a game Drummond to have 15 and 20. Like, bro, like you gotta be on that. AD gonna. But see, AD don't really want to rebound like that when Drummond down there. Like he just gonna get his buckets. Like
I'm just talking about him offensively.
Size, yeah.
Yeah, KD gonna have to hold Bron, but like after that, Claxton on KD. on AD.
Claxton, it's gonna be a Claxton. It's gonna be a Blake. I would like to see Jeff. I would like to see Jeff because I know Jeff. Well, I don't know how long is Jeff out. I see him with the boot on.
10 days.
Yeah, Blake over there.
They said like 10. I think 10 days he gonna go get.
I would like to see Jeff.
Right?
Yeah, Jeff a veteran. He gonna defend him well. Not well, but well as he can at least. But they gonna have trouble inside, bro. I think they don't want to do it, but they gotta bring DJ back out, bro. They gotta put a little size on that floor for a little bit, at least for 15 to 20 minutes, bro. Because just to get dominated like that, bro, inside, and you can't just get niggas in foul trouble like that, bro. You can't have KD switching on Drummond every fucking play. You can't have KD switching on AD every fucking play. If they go AD, LeBron pick and roll, that is really where Brooklyn is gonna have to step up and really play the fuck out that shit. Like niggas are gonna have to get over the top. Niggas gonna have to do their work early. That's gonna be Brooklyn's biggest issue is doing their work early because once them niggas catch the ball, on most of them in that post, they fools. So they gotta make a pitch it further out. And that's what's gonna make the series closer than what it should be is because they got such a size advantage. the talent is, obviously worlds apart when you look at total roster, but that size advantage is going to come into play a lot, and I think that's going to keep, I think it'll go 6 still, but, I think that'll keep that series close. But, yeah, man, that's all I got for that one. Let's get into ATL. Let's get into, ATL, man. I had Trey and them winning. This is, honestly, I looked at all the series and just this matchup in general, I just feel real sure about. I feel like you got a lot of seasoned scorers over there in Atlanta. You also got a rim protector. They got pretty much everything, but not at the elite level, but at a very good level. All their positions are pretty solid. And Tom Thibodeau teams, although they do defend, they do struggle to score. So, let me know what y'all think about the series so far.
Oh, man, Ice Traded gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been on Ice Trade, so it's just really, reassuring what was actually going on. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is this, people love to, to big up Luka, and, for sure he needs that. But I don't think the gap between Luka and Trey is Luka here, Trey here. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, they both in the same draft. They both similar things. I think they're neck and neck when it comes to the guard play. I would probably I'll probably side with Luka a little bit more because he's 6'10", but that motherfucking Atlanta is going crazy, dog. Like, handle-wise, tempo-wise, shooting-wise. And now that I think about it, it's 50-50 to me with those two. But, what Trey's doing with the Knicks right now, against the Knicks right now, it's just a lot, man. So, I don't see how you guard him, pick and roll. He's throwing lobs to Capella, throwing lobs to Collins, getting in the paint, shooting his floater, getting to the three-point line, shooting his, there's a lot to guard with him. And he's a better shooter than Luka. Luka may be a better driver, but what Trey's doing is against the number one defense in the NBA is pretty, fantastic right now. And, Thibodeau defenses really don't give up much, but you really got to give up when Trey come down that lane and floated 15 feet in the air you can't touch, or he floated to Capella for a dunk. So, like you were saying, I've seen this matchup and I'm thinking, Trey's going to attack, and he's been doing that. So, definitely.
Yeah, I just think this one of the ones I'm really not too sure about, because at the end of the day, Julius Randle been playing bad. That nigga haven't really been hitting. So, you know what I'm saying? If Julius Randle could turn around and make a couple of jump shots, I feel like it'll be like I still feel like Atlanta will be up, but it'll be like,
averaging 15 right now, so it's like,
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying. So he gotta step it up. I think this is his first playoff series too, though. You know what I'm saying? So he gotta shine. He gotta get himself together at the end of the day. So I just feel like right now, like you said, Trey Young, he get to the club, he shooting the three, he passing, he getting everybody involved, bro. He doing everything he got to do. So right now, I'm just gonna go with, like you said, Ice Traded game, bro, because it's too much. And then the thing is, Atlanta got shooters on the corners too, and then they got Lou Will coming off the bench, knocking down. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Atlanta just too much for the Knicks right now. But right now, I think the Knicks are doing good going forward. So, but I just think Ice Traded game.
Yeah, man, I agree with that for sure, bro. I'm looking at the series. I would like to see more from Julius. He definitely is struggling. But one thing, like you said, they got a lot of shooters, bro. But they got a lot of dudes that just been in this league a long time. Like you said, Lou Will. They got Gallinari out there. DeAndre Hunter's back. He ain't been in the league a long time, but he a good two-way. He a 3-and-D type of guy right now. He may grow into something else, but he's a solid dude. But you got Bron out there as a second playmaker, and he's been stepping up, and he'll knock down three-point shoot as well. One thing about Atlanta right now that they have working in their favor is they playing well right now. And John Collins not even really doing a lot. John Collins he was a second piece. John Collins was 17-10, 17-9. He could give you that on a nightly basis. So, I think that, if they can steal another game, I think they can get it. I think they can get it in 6. I think they'll win the next game. I think that the Knicks will win game 5, and then they'll come back and win game 6. But I think that, Julius gonna have to go back to the drawing board after this series. It's always good to be a lefty, but when you're too much lefty, bro, and they on your ass like that, and you got Capella at the rim too, so he's seen a lot of bodies. I just want to see, him go to the drawing board, which I know he will, but I think that series just wasn't a good series for them, and But New York basketball, man, they coming out. They definitely coming out for the Knicks and supporting. So
Not
it's good
bad.
to see that.
Not a bad stepping stone at all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got Spike Lee out there. You had a lot of people in the Garden. So, bringing that back, the more they fight, the better free agent destination they will be for somebody,
Right.
So that's more their thing, and that's what I think that if they lose a series, that they definitely can look forward to in the future.
I agree, for sure.
Yeah. Because all they really need is like somebody that can shoot the ball for real. They really don't have like no knockdown
But
shooter.
they got Reggie Bullock.
Yeah, I just about to say that, but like they don't really, but like they get them like another shooter, bro, and I feel like they'll be straight down the line. You already got Julius, you know what I'm saying? You got a couple of young pieces who pretty decent. Let them come along. You get a 3 and D dot, you'll be straight. They'll find his way. Julius will improve like down the line. He'll probably start shooting a little bit more threes, trying to like just get his game, like his repertoire a little bit better.
Sure. I agree.
Man, yeah. So I think once they get another piece, they'll be more formidable. It's kind of crazy because most of the other teams in the league, well, most other teams in the East either have 2 All-Stars or had 2 All-Stars on their team. I mean, obviously D Rose was an All-Star, but I mean, not here recently. So Julius, I mean, for them to be a 4th seed and Julius be the only technical star, it's good, but they do need another piece, man. They really lack offensively. Like they stop people, but then it's like, damn, they in that same time frame they getting stopped as well. So they're not really doing nothing with their defense. So yeah, man. So that's really gonna cover it for the East. So yeah, man, we're gonna slide over to the West. We can get into who want to get into first. We can get into the we can get Utah. We can get Utah. Yeah, yeah, you go, Dre. Yeah.
Utah. I said Utah and the Jazz. Utah and the Grizz.
That shit. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that series.
And to be honest with you, bro, I don't think Utah that good, bro. But I feel like this is gonna go 7 games though, because I feel like nobody on the Grizzlies scared of nobody on the Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, some niggas be scared of niggas on the other team, but nobody's scared of nobody on that team, bro. Like Donovan Mitchell, top 20. We give him top 20. You know what I'm saying? But Ja probably top 22. Dylan Brooks not scared of Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think this is gonna go 7 games. I got Utah, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Grizzlies win, bro. Like win the series, because they're not scared of them dudes. They got something to prove, and when you so young, don't have nothing to prove, bro. You don't know anything can happen. That's all you really gotta go out and do and just play. You know what I'm saying? But then Utah got a lot of like expectations. People with them wanting to win this, that, and the third. But I'm not surprised I think they're gonna go 7 games. I got Utah, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Grizz win the series though, bro.
Yeah, I got whoever win this game tonight win the series, but I got Utah coming out, either 6 or 7. But I definitely think it's gonna be, tick for tack. But they're playing in Memphis tonight though, so maybe groundhouse type shit. So this is the first playoff game in a while. If Utah can go in there and steal one in Memphis, then I think they'll take it on. But I think Utah just got too much, firepower at that point in time. Now that D Mitch is back, you got Jordan Clarkson, you got Ingles, you got Conley, you got Bron, and then you got your defensive stopper there. So I mean, I think it's too much. Ja will have to keep averaging 36 like he's doing now, just to keep them afloat. So. It's possible, but I think I'm gonna go with more of who I've seen before, and that's gonna be the Utah Jazz. So.
Yeah, I got the Jazz too. I got them. I think they can get it done in 6. To be honest, but 7. I think 6 or 7 is reasonable. I think that Ja is playing well and can play well, but Dylan Brooks is their second scorer. Can be, but do they have that consistent second score every night? I don't really see that from them. They kind of get help from a collection of guys, and they do grind it out, and it's going to be hard for Utah to get a win, because they gave up that lead big in game 1. Was that game 1 they gave up that lead like that? I think it was game 1. They gave up a fat-ass lead, so I'm like, you just showed that team that they always in it. Like they always can come back and they got that dog already. So that's now they don't woke that dog up in them. So that's what's gonna make this series go longer. But I think with Donovan Mitchell being back, that's what really saved Utah because Carly been playing well. I ain't seen a lot from Clarkson. I don't know, if that's Quinn Snyder or why Clarkson haven't been getting off like he was. But for the most part, like they needed Donovan Mitchell back, bro. That's the person that put them over the top in this series because Ja was gonna get on their ass like Ja, and they wasn't gonna have no answer for Ja for somebody that can go back and forth and get buckets like that. Yeah, I am glad to see Ja being more aggressive this year. He was kind of playing all around point guard, which is nice, but. For that team to get further, he needs to be really aggressive. So, I think they'll put up a good showing. I like Dylan Brooks showing where he got a little more. He was very underwhelming at the beginning of his career, but he's starting to come along and show that, he was definitely a good Oregon prospect. And, tip my hat off to him for sure. Let's slide over to, the Lakers and the Suns. After game one, like every game one in the world that LeBron James played, nigga lose one game one, everybody, overreacting. And I'm just like, dog, he on the road, bro. Like, he on the road game one. Like, bro, it's okay for people to lose a game, bro. Like, it don't mean that the complexion of the series has changed that early. I can see if it's late in the series, but that early, like, no. So, I mean, Chris Paul getting hurt or not, that never changed how I felt the series was going to go. And I just feel like the Lakers was going to dominate them, and they been little boy in them ever since game one. And the Suns going to continue to go. And D-Book, he did some fool shit. He just lucky that Dennis Smith. He lucky that Schroeder's not a star because he could have really. They might have put a suspension on him, like he did to the right person. You know what I'm saying? So, he gotta watch himself because every team got somebody that can come in that game just to get you out of there. So, you just can't be doing stuff like that. I don't think the Lakers will retaliate. With a LeBron-led team, I don't see them, acting out of character like that. But D-Book is playing well the first two games. The last game they didn't play that well. But all in all, bro, Chris Paul can barely pick his arm up. He can't play, bro. Like he can't play. He wants to be out there because he's tired of the narrative, and I don't blame him. But you don't be out there to hurt your team, bro. And like at this point, he's damn near hurting them. Like you know what I'm saying, bro? We know you're gonna pass. If you don't pass, we'll let you shoot. Like I'd rather you shoot. You hurt. So and they said like he needed help getting his warm up off. Like doing this, like putting your arms through type shit. So I'm like, oh yeah, you're no good. Like if I'm the opponent and I'm seeing that, okay, every time you come off the screen, I'm making sure I'm getting on that shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to play with an injury like that, especially that's his lead shoulder. Like he shoot with his right arm. So, I think that series is done. I thought it was done from the beginning. They're not even getting enough from that supporting cast. Like I said, Aiden had a good first game, but I need to see Mo from Bridges, Cam Johnson. Where are you at? Jay Crowder, where are you at? These guys aren't doing nothing. You got LeBron getting the ball in the post, Drummond reenacting it on the sideline. He laughing at it and shit. Like it's easy, bro. Like I swear it is, and I just think this series at most go to 6, and that's being kind. I really think the Lakers gonna get 3 straight. I mean 2 more and get them out of there. But y'all let me know.
That was me on the bracket. I fucking picked the fucking Suns. So everybody, all my pilots that be listening, brother, niggas be giving me shit. That's my bad. And all the niggas think I don't like LeBron. I really don't fuck with that nigga for real. But that's besides the point. He great though. That's why I don't really fuck with that nigga for real. But
get on the topic about that.
I don't fuck with that nigga, but he great. So everybody listen, he great. You know what I'm saying? He get his just do for me. But it's just like you said, Chris Paul hurt per usual, nothing new. You know what I'm saying? He always get hurt big time, and then Suns first playoff series in a long time. So at the end of the day, the Suns real young. I can see them in the next couple of years advancing. You know what I'm saying? You get D-Book, you get Cameron Johnson, all them boys. But it's just like you said, it's little brother, big brother at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Drummond did who was supposed to do. LeBron crossing, Jay Crowder doing layups and stuff. They reacting on the bench, bro. So at the end of the day, I don't have too much to say. I think this series will go 5. We'll go 5 games. They get them out of there. They win this. They win Sunday and they win Tuesday. That's done with.
I got a question for y'all. I got a question for both of y'all. How y'all feel right now if the Suns, instead of having Bridges, had Kelly? Not saying it win in the series, but how does it look? You know what I'm saying? Do they look better with Kelly, or does Bridges like the future for them? You know what I'm saying? Because Kelly had his best career year with them. You know, obviously this would be the next year after that, or you know what I'm saying. So it's not guaranteed he gonna do that again. But I don't know what more you get in from Bridges than Kelly was bringing besides defensively, but that's sometimes because you got to think, bro, a nigga can play good defensively throughout the year. Are you going to play defense to the playoffs? Are you going to be able to guard the top threes in the playoffs, the top wings in the playoffs? I mean, if not.
Kelly better shooter and defender, in my opinion. He better 3-and-D than Kelly. Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it'd be the same pretty much, but it's just with this Chris Paul shit, man, and this he should have won MVP and all this bullshit, man. If he was playing, it'd be the same fucking shit. But it's just another thing that niggas heard again.
Like I said, per usual, nothing new in the playoffs. Per usual, nothing new.
The narrative of Chris Paul, he can never get out the second round.
And y'all don't get bird hurt like we wishing it on him, bro. It's just the truth, bro. Every single series that he's been in, it happens. It's bad. We're not here to sugarcoat it. It just is what it is.
Per usual, bro. This nigga always get hurt when it's time to really go. When it's time to really put the shit on.
And people want to give him all his flowers on the he changed this and that until the playoffs, bro. Like, how much change is that, bro? We're gonna gloat about what he did during the regular season, but we're done in the first round. Like, bro,
if you was sporty, he did that all on his own. Like Devin Booker averaged 25 and a half.
I heard a lot of slang. I heard a lot of like if Chris Paul wasn't here slander.
Chris Paul, you could have swore Chris Paul was by himself on the Suns, one of them the second seed. If he didn't have a co-mate that was better than him and had a better season than him, then we may could have had MVP discussions, but he's the second best player on his team. I'm not giving the guy a second. Even though what he did was an impact and helped them win games, Devin Booker out there helped them win games as well. So, but it's just the fact that he's not playing. I gave him a fighting chance if he played. He's not playing. Hey, man, he's going to be a gentleman sweep in 5.
5.
Yeah, and I just... Yeah, man. What was I going to say? Yeah, they just don't got it, bro. And to be honest, I don't know if y'all agree. I feel like he deserved more MVP consideration last year with OKC. Not that he should have won it, but he should. Last year was more of a reason, like to.
He was the best player in OKC.
He's the best player in OKC.
And he elevated. You saw the elevation, like he brought those guys play up and. You know what I'm saying? But they got pieces over there. Like they got pieces on the Suns, dog. Right? I don't. He didn't do world's leaps and bounds like people was acting like, bro. Like you take D Book off of that team. I don't know where they stand. You know what I'm saying? Like even though they didn't make the playoffs last year, D Book was showing that he was getting stride with that team. So they could have been a fringe playoff team this year. They probably would have made it this year with this stupid play-in shit. So. I'm giving a D Book-led team a better chance in a play-in game than a Chris Paul-led team. So that's just is what it is for me. But let's get down to Portland. They just played a couple hours ago. Portland and Denver, man. You got Jokic keeping. He's putting up monster numbers, but I just don't think it's enough. I'm not seeing like this last game and a half. Michael Porter not been stepping up, and I don't even think like. That that's not enough of an answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Dame out there. They got a lot of guys they got a lot of season scores too, low key in Portland. You got Norman Powell, you got CJ, you got Dame, you got Melo. You know, you got a lot of guys out there. And I just feel like, you know, when Jokic is not scoring for them, they have little offense outside of MPJ and, you know, if MPJ shot not falling, which it hadn't been the last game and a half, then you kind of in trouble. Another thing they got a big issue with. They running too many guards, bro. They got Campazzo, Rivers, Monty Morris, Marcus Howard. Like, bro, this is playoff basketball, boy. If you don't get your 8-man rotation and run that shit, like you doing too much, bro. Like and you asking all these guys, you re-rotating these guys in. They coming in off the bench with not as fresh. You got fresh legs, but I mean, they not been in the game long enough to really sit down on CJ, sit down on any of them guys. They already can't do it. So you asking all these guys to kind of come in the game, get in the groove, and playing these stunts of minutes. I just think they need to run with Campazzo or Rivers and just say fuck it. I like Marcus Howard, but I just don't know how far along they are with him, as far as how many minutes he gonna play and how well he can offense. But he can score that hoe. Like he can get a bucket, but I just don't know how far it is. I got Portland in this series, and I just feel like Jokic showing why he is MVP, but it's not gonna be enough.
Ain't got no help, man. Ain't got no help. I mean, when you got Michael Porter going 1 for 3, shooting 3 shots in the game, and all them.
Did he get hurt? Yeah. What happened to him? Because I saw he played 23 minutes. So I'm just like.
They all played around 20, 23 minutes.
They got smoked. They got smoked. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. But when Joker got 16 points and 1 assist, like, come on, bro, you're not gonna win the game.
That's another thing. Like, he ain't been getting as many assists as he usually get. He usually over 7 or 8. He been under 7 or 8 this whole series. So, just
when you're the second lead scorer, Michael Green, you're not gonna win it. You're not gonna win the series. And I got Portland. Even though this is a big man, basketball is a big man's game, and I want to go with Joker. They just don't have enough. Like, and Dame didn't have a good game. Dame only had, I think, 9 points. Dame had
10, 9, and 10 or some shit like that.
Yeah, he had 10, 10, and 8. So. Yeah. And he shot 10 shots, bro. So you get a game with Dame Lillard shooting 10 shots and you can't win it. You're not. I mean, your chances are slim to none to win that series. So I picked
no
the
chances
Blazers.
Slim to him to do that again. Shit.
Right? Yeah. Shit. Hell yeah. 10 shots, 10 points. Nigga, that's an off. Nigga, you got an off night for
that. Off night for that nigga, bro.
Off night, nigga. You got a field night. And this nigga played 31 minutes. So. If you can't beat Dame with him scoring 10 and CJ had a good game. CJ had 25. Yeah, CJ had 25 points. So, I mean, you're not going to beat him. That's an ideal situation. Dame had 10 points. CJ had 21. But what went off was Norman Powell had 30. Well, he had 29. Yeah, that's basically 30. So, when the third option had 30, like, come on, man. You're not winning that game. Or maybe not win that series. So, you know what I'm saying? It just is.
They only got Will. They only got Will right now. So like they just don't got the horses.
Not fair.
It's at the end of the day, shit. You see what Jamal Murray means to that team at the end of the day. When you want to get down to it, I know you're a big Michael Porter Jr. fan, bro. But shit, he gotta. Hey, Smitty, what was we saying? We said he gotta show up in the playoffs, bro.
He joint.
Yeah, he's stuck up. He's still averaging about 18 a game, but I mean, it's not like I said before the series. Him stepping up or not was gonna be his numbers and how he played. Like it wasn't gonna change the way they win. Now he's not playing well right now, but they do need Murray. They do need Murray for sure. But I think they need more than Murray in this series. I still think that I would still favor Portland.
I think they had Murray with the combination of Michael Jordan with Joker. I think they would have been better off.
But right now, nah. Like I feel Murray.
It was what 2-0, 2-1.
No, it was one. It's been back and forth. It's been seesaw.
It's 2-1 right now, so they wouldn't have with Jamal. I'm sure that's another 25 right there. Michael Porter being the third option. So that's the thing. Like he still ain't got his feet wet in this league, and to be the number 2 option on the playoff team, trying to go against Dame, CJ, and that team, that's a lot to ask for, man. So. And
I think this series, he is gonna wake him up because he's seeing a good defender like Norman Powell. Like Norman Powell can really defend, so he getting that taste, and shit, it's either gonna make him better. He's gonna come back next year, or shit, he gonna take that step back. Once Jamal Murray come back. But yeah, man, they in a lot of danger, bro, getting blown out these next few games just because like. They getting a lot from Joker. Like Joker just can't keep giving what he giving and not getting nothing in return. So what happened when he have a Dame type game? Then if Michael Porter don't score 30, they getting smoked for real. Like they definitely get smoked. So they definitely gonna be in some trouble, man. But all in all, I don't even like the Portland Los Angeles Lakers series, to be honest. Like I
I
feel
think
like
that's 5 or 6 for sure. 5 or 6.
me too. And like Portland always has trouble in the second round. I don't know what it is of Portland in the second round, dog. Like
I got a question for y'all though. If Portland, I was watching all the Smoke podcasts with Shaq, well not with Shaq, with Kendrick Perkins on there, and the question was, if Portland don't make it to the finals or the conference finals, is it time for them to break that shit up? Time to send CJ somewhere, time to send Dame somewhere, or is it time to?
I love both of them. I've been saying they need to split up, but they love it. They really down, bro. They really fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like even if you break them up, what are you gonna bring in there to make you get over the top? Like
I think
you need to change the scenery. I get it, but at the end of the day, like it's like. I don't know. I would do it. I would pull the trigger, but I would have to know I'm pulling the trigger and I would have to have a plan. I just can't let them go because it's not working.
I say this. I think if they don't get to it, bro, I think it's time to just blow that shit up and just trade both of them and just rebuild.
But that's almost impossible though.
Trade, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, if for instance, Portland gonna keep doing the same thing over and over again, bro. So you gotta do something.
I couldn't see him letting go Dame. I couldn't see him letting go Dame. LA left, LA left. And I couldn't, no.
You say you could?
I couldn't. Yeah. No. Nah. LA walked, but Dame is everything to them, bro. I've been looking to go to a game up there, bro. Like they fuck with Dame super heavy, bro. Like that.
No, I'm not saying like I fuck with Dame. Dame's solid in my book. Like he don't win no championships, bro. He'll go down as he gonna go down like one of the people like he stayed with the same organization. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't get there because such and such. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really look back at the track record with them, so they played Golden State with KD twice. Then they ran into the Lakers the next year. You know what I'm saying? The LA left. We're gonna go all the way back. You know what I'm saying?
The only stain they do got is that Pelican series where they got swept. Now that shit there was unacceptable.
Right.
I know that's a city, but that shit there.
Hey, bro.
He backdoored and went to the West Coast Finals next year.
Yeah.
Then they got swept, huh?
They lost in 5. They lost in 5. See, it'll be one of the things that you can be like, oh well, shit, they ran into the Warriors 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Then they ran into the Lakers. That's what I'm saying.
But it's the same this year. Like, okay, are they really better than the Clippers if they play the Clippers? Like, not really. Are they better than Dallas? Maybe. Are they better than the Lakers? No. So it's like they would have to see all them teams. So it's like, damn, it's like they always gonna have that problem because to me they don't have a bona fide 3, bro. Like I feel like you got like I don't know, bro. Most teams like they either got a bona fide wing or a bona fide 3, in the West, bro. And they just don't got that, bro. That's why KD get them. Every team that you name, they got a 3 that's just dominant.
Yeah.
Or AD in them. AD was dominant, So it's just like I think that's what they missing because the guard play always gonna be there in the West. That's just what it is. So it's when you get deep in the playoffs, that's gonna cancel itself out. So I feel like Norman Powell is good, but I feel like they got a lot of assets. They need another star. Like even CJ. CJ is a star, but he's not a level of stardom that needs to be next to Dame Lillard, bro. And I just
what you gotta say, Smithy?
I think he's like a 3rd option, bro.
Facts. I kind of think that.
I think he in between. It just depends on the team.
I can't even give him superstar, bro, because a superstar need a team on his own. I don't know if CJ can do that, bro.
I say he's a star. I say he's a star.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean,
star. Not superstar. Yeah.
His bag is star, superstar, but it don't come out when it needs to come out.
Night in, night out. It's not night in, night out.
That star and superstar title. Yeah, you're a good compliment piece, but I think it's more of DJ didn't, he didn't overdid what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He from Lehigh. You know what I'm saying? He didn't overachieve. But, like, to be a number 2, that's tough to say, man, because it'd be nice when he don't give you that 20, 25 that you need for the number 2 or the 20, 27 to 32 that you need from number 2. So it's like, yeah, they ain't going to give you that 35, 40. But then when CJ going 17, 19 and shit like that when it matter or 10 when it matter, like, I don't know. So I think either you bring in a bona fide number 2 and CJ's the 3rd option or CJ, be shipped out of Portland because at this point it's just like, we keep bumping our head against the wall. The shit not going nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wouldn't like. I fuck with Dame, but I wouldn't be mad if Portland organization be like, Dame, like we fuck with you, like you know what I'm saying. Your jersey gonna be retired, da 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 da. But it's time for us
to be in the lottery. Then if that happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Being a lottery,
that's a whole rebuild.
Yeah,
years of rebuilding though. You to rebuild with
Dame, and you got the fan base with Dame. Like you gonna lose some fans, like when you just go all in on a rebuild like that.
I feel like, bro, I feel it, but like me said, you keep bumping your head on the same shit, bro.
But I'm keeping Dame. Like CJ, he can go. You feel me? But Dame, bro, like Dame is the next best thing behind Steph. You know what I'm saying?
I fucks with Dame. I fuck with him, but if you keep doing the same shit, getting the same results, you gotta do something different. So that's trading CJ and getting the piece of, you know what I'm saying? Trading away the assets and getting another like a superstar and just trying to fill in the roster, then that's what you do. You feel me?
I mean, they got enough assets to pull an OKC and just clean house. Like, if they wanted to do that, like, they could get a lot of picks and shit like that. But at the end of the day, like, you know, Portland's not the sexiest destination. So it's like, cool, you going to get up there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, they trying to hedge their bet too. Like, okay, shit, well, yeah, we know this not working, but what is going to work for us? Like, can they go through a total rebuild all the way to the draft and be just as successful? Like, that's a lot to ask, you know. I don't know who in their front office, but I'm sure that's probably, you know, what they trying to figure out shit. Because, you know, you can let CJ go. You know, CJ is an expendable piece, but what you bring in is important. It's hard to find a bona fide, too. Shit, maybe Jimmy take his ass to fucking Portland. He can be fucking.
That would be bad. If Jimmy, you know, I put pressure on Jimmy, and he can kind of him and Dane would mesh well together. You know what I'm saying? And be, you know, I think
especially if Norman Powell's still there, they gonna be nasty on that wing defender. So yeah, I feel that. Let's jump into this Clippers. What's the boy's name? Dallas series, man. Yeah, the Clippers Dallas. I'm surprised the Clippers got that game yesterday. I thought they was left for dead, but they came out the trenches and they revived themselves to get a game at least. But you know, Luka still had 44. They still ain't stopped that problem. Shit, that boy there, he averaging Jordan-like numbers against them in the playoffs. His playoff numbers right now look comparable to Jordan's just because every fucking game he plays is against the Clippers. like he's averaging over. Huh?
That's all his playoff games been against.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm saying. He averaging like 33, 10, 10 right now. Like,
yeah, bro, because he ain't scared of them, bro. Like, but niggas, Luka get to his spots, though. That's the one thing I love. Like, he get to his spots, and he gonna cook you off getting to his spots. So, but he not scared of them, and I fuck with PG so tough, bro. But I just like the Mavs not scared of them, bro. You feel me? And then the thing with the Mavs shooting like 85% from the 3-point line or some shit like that. I was reading the stat, bro. Like, niggas can shoot like that, bro. You can't stop that. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying? Last game, the Clippers got it out the mud, and they did what they had to do. PG played good, Kawhi played good. If they can go back to LA 2-2, then we really got to see the series.
Yeah.
You got Dallas winning now.
I do got Dallas winning. But shit, I just feel like Sunday gonna prove a lot, bro. Sunday gonna really see like what's really going on in the world, like who the Clippers really are. Because if Luka come out, they get to the spots busting their ass. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, the Clippers was down by 20 at a time in the game. They just came back and won. I don't know if it was 20. I know it was down by a lot. So shit.
It was like been off for like an 8-0 straight run. So
yeah, so it was just like one of them things, bro. So if Dallas come out and keep their foot on their neck, then shit, the Clippers done with.
Yeah, I just think the Clippers were extremely lazy on defense, man, and the switching, and you know, I think they had to go back and tweak that defensive scheme a little bit. Ty Lue had to go do that, but I just think it's time and time at again where they're switching and putting Zubac, you know, on Luka, and that's just straight cooked food, you know. So I think they did a better job in that second half yesterday of kind of containing him, kind of him see, you know, playing a crowd, you know, seeing multiple bodies at him. But yeah, I definitely think Luka can keep that level up. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe he can prove me wrong, but I definitely see the Clippers kind of edging it out and kind of looking flaming out because he's not getting no help from the rest of the Mavs as yesterday was shown. They played in Dallas, so if Porzingis not giving you shit, and Tim Hardaway Jr. is off, then it's gonna be a recipe for the Clippers get to the second round. But I just think they was extremely lazy, man. They double teams were extremely lazy. That's what I was saying about Paul George was thinking up on the defensive end more than what he was doing offensively because he was just letting Luka get too much of what he was doing and pick and roll. Dallas is heavy pick and rolls. So if he switches and sees Zubac, he's gonna sidestep left, shoot the three. But if you have him playing a crowd and double him like you did in the second half, it'd be a little bit better. You had a better outcome of what you did. So I just think they need to go back to the drawing board, the Clippers, and kind of focus more on the defensive scheme because they can score on Dallas. Dallas is not a menacing team defensively, but you just gotta be able to get stops, man. If you don't get stops, you're not gonna beat anybody. So I just think they just have to go back and tweak that defensive strategy and kind of be more aware of where he is on the court and what he likes to do in those areas and those spots.
Yeah, I agree, man. Because they just like the Knicks, they let them do a lot of switching and. Luka, they're going to keep switching. They're going to keep switching. They're going to keep finding that man. They're going to keep setting screens to the top.
There's been times where they are trying to trap the pick and roll, but he turns the corner. When he dunked on Marcus Morris, he turned the corner on Zubac because Paul George is pretty much loafing, trying to Zubac got it instead of being there, trapping him, getting the ball out of his hand. So I just think they just need to stop being lazy and kind of get back to those, all defensive team selection, what they, kind of, accustomed to playing wise.
Yeah, man. Let's close it out. Let's close it out with the hammer, man. Let's get into that Bron topic. You got that link up, Smitty?
Yeah, I got it. It's
Here, lead us up.
So yeah, the top four is pretty much ESPN took it from another social media outlet and put in the parentheses in the caption was it facts. So it was the top four skillful scorers ever. They had Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. So pretty much on Twitter, I just kind of responded saying, hey, take LeBron out that top four and put Allen Iverson in that top four. People were saying different things. I was getting flack from some of my homies and some of my partners just talking about LeBron being one of the top four skillful players scoring-wise ever. And when we're talking scoring, pure skill scoring, yes, LeBron is an all-around great talent, all-around great player. But when we're talking the elite of the elite, I can't put him in that top four when I'm talking scoring-wise.
He cannot score he can score the ball, bro, but he not about to, my saying with my pot, he cannot just hit it with the bink and then just pull up. No, he going to try to get by you, dunk on you, he gonna try to come dunk on you. Now he got that little weak move he do. You know what I'm saying? He got a little post-up game now. But when we talking about Kobe, AI, Jordan, and KD can hit a nigga with a big pull-up. AI used to hit a nigga. LeBron does not have that.
Those four names got counts for everything. You gotta have counters to be that elite and skillful of a scorer because the same thing is not gonna happen 2-3 times back in the game. So if you do that same move and he cuts you off, you gotta have a counter behind that. And their skillful package is on another level when we're talking about scoring, and it's not where LeBron is. Yes, LeBron. I can't give a guy who's a pass-first guy a top four skillful scoring ever. That just doesn't happen.
That's what they just want him to be great in everything, and he is a great all-around player. But he's not great in that aspect, bro. When I look at those other guys, bro, they can all score at all three levels, all three levels of the game, bro. The mid-range, all three of them, all four of them probably got top 5 to 10 mid-range ever. Without it being said, all four of them are better three-point shooters than him. And, LeBron's a finisher, but I can argue Kobe in his prime was just up there, and I can argue Mike definitely had a lot of tricks up his sleeve at the rec, bro. So I'm not going to give that to him. And, LeBron has went off in games, like when he went off in the Garden against Boston, when he went off in Game 1 against Golden State. But it's a lot of games that the other dudes got like that under their belt in the playoffs, bro. And KD averaged 30 in the playoffs, bro. It's just a different type of scoring. not only do they score, but they score with ease, like, and they can score the toughest buckets, like, and they're not settling with one move, like y'all said. They got counters, bro. Like, although LeBron is strong, I would say KD back to the basket game is more efficient than his. I'd say that KD can get his pull up and he can get to the middle of the floor in the paint and pull up over people and use his size and length to do the things that LeBron do sometimes with his strength. And KD more efficient. Like, yes, LeBron is more efficient going downhill and stuff, but all around, bro, like, he's not the scorer these other guys are, and it's not really a debate. Like, if you take away the 40 and 50 balls and all this stuff, like, it's still not comparable, bro. When I'm watching the actual game, I'm watching the way LeBron scores, bro. If he gets hot, okay, he's different. But you can say that about anybody. Like, what about when you know that KD, Mike, or any of them, they two for 10 or something in the first half, but you know they can still give you 20 or 30 in the second half. Like, LeBron's not doing that, bro. Like, and he's just not that type of dude to where you really got to worry about him offensively going off like that. That's why in that Golden State series, like, after game one, they knew it was over. They knew, like, LeBron was going to step up, but he's not going to give you 50 like that every night. And that's the type of performance that, you know, they probably needed to win, although they wouldn't have won. But it's just not in him to be like that, bro. And it's okay. Like, it's okay, bro. He's still an all-around great player, but at the end of the day, when you talk about scoring and them guys, like, break down all levels of scoring, like, he doesn't do anything better than those guys besides going downhill, finishing, and some of those guys, that's questionable. So I just can't see him in that top four, man. That's just not something I'm gonna throw him in just because, like, his longevity and how many points he done had and all that, you know.
Bro, but it's another thing before we go, bro. People looking at points. All them people besides Kobe, everybody went to college, bro. Besides Kobe, everybody went to college. Jordan went to college. KD went to college. AI went to college. Kobe don't want to go to college. They just want him to be so great all the time, bro. Like, nah, bro, he's not an all-time.
And on that point, KD, when he was at OKC, he was on track to really be up there in points. Like,
but he got hurt though, so he got
hurt. He went to Golden State. You know, he like all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, the quarters he didn't even play in Golden State.
Bro, a lot of quarters. But the thing is, the all-time scoring list is a longevity stat, bro. Why do you think Michael is fifth on that list? He has 10 scoring. He has 8 scoring titles. 8 scoring titles. He's 10th. He's fifth on the list, bro. If you play 20 plus years, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's number 1, like Karl Malone, who's number 2. If you average 20 to 25 or 20 years, bro, that's 30,000 points. 35,000 points. Yes, Kareem on the front end of the Milwaukee years was averaging 30 and winning scoring titles, but he had a lot of years in the later Laker years where he was averaging like 18, 19, 20 points, bro. Karl Malone doesn't have 3 30-point averages in the season, but he's number 2 in points because he played 20, 21 years, averaging 20 points a game. LeBron, he has 1 scoring title. He has 1 season averaging 30 plus or more. But he's going to play 20 years, they're averaging 20 to 25 points a game. So, yeah, he's going to be number 3, maybe number 1 in points when it's all said and done. But that is not I judge the scoring. But, yeah, I judge scoring off scoring titles. Like, how many scoring titles do you have? If you got 1, you can't be in the top 4 all-time skillful scorers. Everybody I named that list got 4 better. Like, that's the criteria. Well, except Kobe. Kobe doesn't have 4. But Kobe 2 years scoring is basically can add to 2 more, bro. And you play with the most dominant player ever for 8 years, Shaq. So you're not going to win a scoring title in that area. So, but like AI has 4. KD has 4. Mike has 4 plus. Like, you're not, and I even throw Harden in there. Harden has 3. You know what I'm saying? Steph got 2, just won this last one. But I would put those 2 over LeBron. Like,
and not only that, all the players you named had insane stretches. Like, AI had an insane stretch. Steph had an insane stretch. Harden had an insane stretch. Mike had an insane stretch. KD had an insane stretch.
Kobe averaging 45 in a month, 50 in a month. Mike averaging 50 in a month, AI having his 50-point playoff games, KD going crazy, winning scoring titles in year 2 and 3. Like, it's just those are the elite of the elite, and just because he's not the elite of the elite, it's not a slight on LeBron as a basketball player. Like, he's in other areas. We're gonna put him in that Magic Johnson category, like we always do. Lead the scorers to score the ball, and that was simple. He doesn't score like as a high clip as the other four. The score. I hate the fact that he said, "If I really wanted to lead the league in scoring, I could." What nigga? Like, I never like. This is what Bron said in the interview. Like, if I really wanted to lead the league in scoring, I could.
Because all the nigga was trying to do is get to the lane and get a foul. That's really it, bro.
The game is all about get buckets, stopping somebody from getting buckets.
Right.
Like, good pass. You're depending on your teammate to make that shot. The ball is out of your hands, out of your control. If you keep that ball in your hand, you got the control. But you start throwing into all the teammates he had, that's why that final record looked like that, in my opinion. If he had been more aggressive and more using the body that God, he's the most physically imposing player that we named out of that list. But he can't score at the clip that they do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you want to pass to these niggas that's not considered the greatest ever, be my guest. But, bro, I'm going to keep the ball in the greatest player hand and let him make the decision. I can live with that shit.
Facts, bro. But you already know how social media is now. Everybody got an opinion now. Everybody say this, that, and the third, bro. Niggas haven't even played a lick of basketball, bro. Niggas can't even make a left-hand layup, bro. And everybody got an opinion on who the greatest, who this, that, and the third, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's to go back to the media. Everybody want him to just be so great, bro. Like, bro, I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna just say this, bro. Michael Jordan haven't played a game in so long, but this nigga shoes still sell out, bro. LeBron shoes LeBron shoes would not sell out, bro. These retired shoes would not sell out, bro. So anybody that listen, bro, LeBron is not the greatest, bro, because everybody listening got a pair of Jordans, no matter what they are, bro. Nobody don't have LeBrons, bro. If you have LeBron, you playing basketball. So that's all I'm gonna say, bro.
And it's just like he came up short too many times, bro. Like,
but
he came up short too many times to be the chosen one. Like, it's too many times where the chosen one came up short, and you can't look past that. No matter how many accomplishments you had, the accomplishment didn't help him in the biggest moments when he really needs to be in the budget. Like, he let Dwight Howard, and I can see Boston get to the finals, but Dwight Howard made it to the finals. So we could have ended this whole Kobe LeBron debate if he would have took care of his business in the playoffs. But look though, with the best team in the league that had the best record all those years, couldn't make a finals. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, they go Mike, Kobe, Bron. And if I put Bron number 3, that is not a slight to LeBron. If he's the third best basketball player to touch a ball, how is that a slight? And he behind Michael, Jordan, and Kobe Bryant. How is that a slight, bro? For they if you don't have Bron 1 or 2, and LeBron fans' eyes is like, oh, this is total disrespect. The chosen one came up short, and that's why he's number 3 of all time. Of all the 50 trillion niggas that play basketball, he's number 3, bro. Behind two niggas that we can solidify that was better on both ends of the floor. Michael Jordan was better on offense. Kobe Bryant was better on offense. Michael Jordan was better on defense. Kobe Bryant was better on defense.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's all the facts. Like, everything you need to know about why that man he's not there. He's not in the top 4, man. It is what it is.
Top 10, yeah.
Top 10, yeah. But I'm gonna take Harden over LeBron with the skill shit though, and yeah, I'm gonna take Harden over LeBron, and I'm gonna take Kyrie over him too. Nah, you know that's about skill because Kyrie got a counter for everything. You know what I'm saying? But he'll that a third. But other than that, bro, he's not top 4. That's the end of that, bro.
Steph too. Steph got the counters and shit, and it's just a different with Steph. Steph get one more. He'll have 2. He gonna have 2 because he got this shit. Steph get one more scoring title. Shit, it's gonna be you know, niggas heels for real. But I don't see him doing that no more with Clay coming back. So,
right.
Sure, man. But yeah, man. Drop y'all comments below. I know y'all not gonna like to hear that. So, let me know what y'all think. Let me know why y'all think he is, if he is to y'all. You know, a top 4 score. But, we just let y'all know what it is. We got y'all the facts. So, That's gonna wrap it up for this episode, man. Tap in with Bontroversial on all platforms. YouTube, Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, and all those things. We're gonna have everything out on those broadcast platforms. Make sure to look out for the raffle. It just got posted. So, when you see this, all the Instagram and social media handles will be at the bottom of the post on YouTube. So make sure y'all go check that out and see how to win. I'm heading over to the guys.
Hey, appreciate y'all for listening, man. I know, you just keep going, man. That's all you can do. So, you know what I'm saying? Smitty out.
That boy's great, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with us again, man. Just keep looking out for more info and follow all the links in the bio.
Sure, man. That's going to do it for this episode. We out.